Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast. But before we dive into the technical, let's check the economic activities for the previous week and let's see the economic activities for this week. So last week we talked about the interest rate statement, and I said last week that they will likely to increase the interest rate by 25 basis points because there is no reason for interest rate cut in the Australian, that is AUD, from the RBA, that is Reserve Bank of the Australian. And then what we saw last week was that they did what? They increased the interest rate by 25 basis points from 3.85 to 4.10, so which make AUD spike up earlier that day. So we have a big movement to the upside in the AUD PS and early hours of Tuesday. And then the US service PMI and the unemployment rate that came out lower than expected drag the DSY lower and make the US dollar weak over the major currency pairs. So that's why we see US dollar weakness. Last week we have the ISM manufacturing PMI which comes out below expectation, and the unemployment claims which comes out below expectation, so which make US dollar weak in with the major currency last week. And then from the Canadian dollar, we saw the overnight rate hike, which they hike their rate by 25 basis points from 4.50 to 4.75. That's what made Canadian dollar strong over some currency pairs last week. So we have EUR which moved massively to the downside, and the better than expected overnight rate, and then the unemployment rate, the unemployment claims which comes out below expectation, and then the US service PMI which comes out below expectation drag the US dollar card lower over 200 to 300 pips during last week. So that was all for last week. So let's see the economic activities for this week and how it will affect the market. So this week, Monday, we don't have much on Monday. It's a quiet day as usual, but on Tuesday we have the GBP count claim. So, and I forgot something. We have GDP move, that is GBP, that is Great Britain pounds, move to the upside at the late hour of last week due to the hawkish statement from the Bank of England. So we have it moving upside against the major currency, especially against the US dollar. So I think the best move last week is GBP USD, which moves more than 200 pips after the rate hike statement from the Bank of England and the ISM manufacturing PMI and unemployment claim that came out lower than expected in US dollar. So we take that into consideration to last week. So this week on Tuesday we have the ISM manufacturing, the CPI, so the CPI from the US dollar, and then it is a high impacting, as you can see, the CPI, which the previous is 0.4, and then they predict the slowdown in the CPI. We might have a surprise at that particular area. So we have the year over year and then the month over month. So after that, on Tuesday we have the Bank of England governor speech right there, so you have to take note of it too. On Wednesday we have the GDP out of the Britain's pounds. So we have the core PPI too out of the US dollar. So it's a busy week for US dollar this week. After we have the US PPI, the CPI, then the next day we are having the PPI. Then the same day we have the FOMC economic projection and the FOMC statement from the from US dollar, right? That is we have the federal fund rate, that is there. We talk about the rates. Maybe they are going to increase the interest rate or cut the interest rate. So let's see how it goes. Right, there is a busy week for US dollar next week. I think US dollar has the whole of next week to itself, because on Tuesday we have the CPI, on Wednesday we have the PPI, the same day we have the FOMC statement, and it's one of the biggest events in terms of US dollar. So Thursday we have the AUD unemployment change, and then the unemployment rate and the employment change. Let's see how it goes right there. And then Thursday again, we still have current retail sales, the Empire State Manufacturing Index, and the retail sales. So I told you we still have the unemployment claims again. So I told you next week is for US dollar, so watch out for next week in terms of USD. And on Friday we have the BOJ policy rate statement, and then the monetary policy statement. So let's see how it goes right there. On Friday again we have the FOMC members to speak in terms of US dollar right there. So watch out for US dollar next week. US dollar has the O next week for itself. So watch out for US dollar pairs. Maybe more weakness or to USD, or USD will bounce back and it will regain its strength. So let's see how it goes right there. So good. What DSY is showing us right there is that we have what we call, let's show. So yeah, we have a what we call the unemployment claims, which comes out lower than expected, and then the ISM manufacturing index, which comes lower than expected, which drag DSY back to this low at 103.375. So on Friday we have this move to the upside right there, which reject this particular level. So I still think US dollar is still strong. The strength is still there, unless we have a break below this area, then we are coming to 101.297. So but for now I still see more potential to the upside in terms of US dollar, if you look at it at this level. So what I'm looking at is the next move to the, as you can see, so we can still see a move to this particular level at 105.499 we projected last week, because we have so many rejection at this particular area in DSY. So we are still looking for more move to the upside in the DSY to 105.499, and then as you can see, this level too is a very strong level we don't want to joke with. So but if you see US dollar below this DSY below this level, then I think we are coming back to 101.297, especially this week, next week, that we are going to see various fundamental coming out from the US dollar. Be prepared for it. So the next first pair I want to check is GBP US dollar. As you can see, last week I told us that we'll have a bounce at this place to the upside, and then we have a bounce at that particular area to the upside due to the rate statement from the BOE, and then the lower than expected unemployment claim from the US dollar. But if you check the 4-hour time frame, I think we are going to see a reversal, even though there will be a move to the upside right there. If you see this trend line, as you can see, we have second touch here, and then third touch is at this particular. So we might have a little fake out, and then a move back to 1.24317, and if we have the continuation to the upside, maybe break this level, then we are moving to 1.26702 right there. But right now I'm looking for a rejection at this particular area. If there is a rejection at this particular area, maybe 4-hour rejection from this area, then we might see a move to this to retest this particular level. Maybe then we can have a breakout or a bounce at that particular level to the upside. So let's see how it goes right there on GBP US dollar. So the next one I want to check is Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar has not moved above this particular level. So last week I told us that if we have a move back to this level, then the bulls have now take their place. But right now we can still see the BS coming back into the market at that particular area. So if we use the daily time frame, you can see that we have a rejection at this solid resistance level right here. So we might still see more move to this particular area, that is one move to the downside at 105.441. So let's see how it goes this week, especially when there is so much fundamental economic activities. That is when there is so much economic activities in US dollar next week. So let's see how it goes right there. Might see a retracement and they move back to 1.05441. But if we have a break of this level, if we have a break of this level, that it means that we break this level, then it will continue to to the upside. So I think Monday candle close will determine if we have a break of that particular level or continuation to the upside. So you have to wait for the Monday candle close to determine the direction. So the next pair we want to check is the gold. So right now the gold is in the critical area at this particular area. As you can see, we have the resistance and the support level, but this support level is very strong, and at this resistance, if you check the Monday time frame, we have the double top right here. So let's say it goes right here, but the prediction is that if we have a break of this particular resistance level, maybe it might do a retest. Just look out for 2028 as the next target right there. So if you have a break of this level, any achievement you see should be an opportunity for you to look for a move to a move to 2028 right there. But if you have a break to the downside, if it break this particular level right here, so any achievement you see should be an opportunity for you to move to 1812. So that is the analysis on gold right there. So the best thing is to wait for breakouts of either this side or breakouts of this particular area, because it's in a critical area. One of my mentors used to call it rat poison. So as you can see, we are in a critical area right here. So let's go to the US dollar JPY. US dollar Japanese yen. We can see Japanese yen weakness is still playing out right there, and then after this move to the downside as a result of the US dollar unemployment claim on Thursday, we saw the bounce at this particular area on Friday, which are bounce at this particular support. So I still favor more movement to the upside in US dollar JPY, because the old trend is still up. So my next target is this particular area of resistance level. So let's show the area of the resistance level right there. So my next target is 141.880. so any adjustment you see above this line is an opportunity for you to look for move to 141.880, but it becomes invalid if you have a break below this particular level. I will not be taking a buy bias if you see it moving below that particular level right there. As you can see, we have a bounce at this strong support level right there. So the next move is to 141.880. as you can see, we have a respect of trend line here, a fake breakout, then went back in and then went back to test that particular support level. That's the trend line. So let's see how it goes right there. So let's check on AUD, the Japanese yen. As you can see, we have break through this place with high momentum after the interest rate came out better than expected. That is the 25 basis point hike in the Australian interest rate. So let's see how it goes right there. Any retracement you see back to this particular area or back to this area, you might say retracement back to this area, should be an opportunity for you to look for a upward movement to 97.825. that is the next opportunity right there. So any adjustment you see should be an opportunity for you to look for more move to the upside on AUD JPY. So the next one we want to check is Euro USD. Euro USD, we talk about Euro USD being coming to this area this way, and then we have already hit the target. So let's delete this one and then see the next move to this particular, and then we still expect more move to the downside on Euro AUD, but at this level we might see a retracement at this particular level. We might see a retracement at that particular level right there. So here we might see a retracement at this support level, because this support level is a very strong level to the upside. So let's see how it goes right there. So we are looking for a bounce at this particular level to the upside, and then it might last to this area where we will see a rejection at that area. And if you want to do, you can use Fibonacci retracement in the weekly time frame to determine where the retracement might end. So you can just put your Fibonacci retracement, drag lower, and then so if you use let's use the 4-hour time frame. So the weekly time frame might open lower, then reject at this support level, then retrace to either 50% or 61% retracement level before it rejects back to the downside. So let's see how it goes right there on Euro USD. So Euro card 2, we analyze that we are going to touch this level at this level, and then we are going to bounce at this particular level right there. But we see a rejection after the BOC hike their interest rate on Thursday. We see a rejection back to this low right there. So let's delete it, and then let's see the next movement on Euro Canadian dollar. So I still think Canadian dollar strength will still continue to play out over the next couple of days. So let's see how it goes. We might see a move to this area, then we can see a bounce from this support level to the upside right here. So let's see how it goes on Euro card. So checking the Australian dollar, US dollar. So here too, let's eliminate this drawing. Here too, the whole scenario is still to the downside, but we see a bounce off at this particular area. We see it breaking back after we have a breakout of this support level. We see it breaking back to that particular area right there, but I still see still looking for rejection at this particular area, because we are still in a resistant zone at that particular area, and that particular resistance zone is very, very strong, because we have various rejection candle at that particular area right there. So you might have the weekly candle moving above this area, then reject back to that particular area in the next couple of days. So let's see how it goes right there. But if we use the 4-hour time frame, still telling us that there might be more push to the upside before we see a rejection on AUD USD. So we might still see more push to the upside, and then this particular area. So any retracement you see should be an opportunity for you to look for more move to 0.68090 on AUD US dollar. So checking the Australian dollar Swiss franc, if we use the weekly time frame, you can see that it break this place with momentum. It break this particular resistance area with momentum. So any retracement you see should be an opportunity for you to look for a movement to the upside, and then the next target is this strong resistance level, that is 0.62178 at that particular area right there. So the last pair we want to check is the SND US dollar. If we use the week candle, so we are looking for, we might see a retracement at this particular area to the downside. So we might see more move to this area, and then maybe subsequent subsequent move to this area, so then a rejection back to this particular support level, or a rejection back to 0.60972, then we can have a further breakout of that particular area. But the whole bias is to the downside, so we might see a move here, a range to this particular area, and then a breakout to the downside. So let's see how it goes right there. And just know that this analysis is not a financial advice. This is so based on my own personal view and personal perspective on what I see in the market at this particular area, and then it might change. So it's just for educational purpose, not for a financial advice. So do your due diligence, do your analysis, and see if it fits your entry. So thank you if you watched this video up to this moment. We have the link to our verified brokers in the description box. Just click on it, register for the broker, and then deposit, then trade with us. Join our Telegram channel, the link is in the description box, where we drop our daily analysis, the trade I'm about to enter, and then the updates on the trade in the Telegram channel. And you can also subscribe to our premium channel, which is just $30 monthly, which we have the 80% accuracy in our signal. So have a lovely trading week, and don't forget to trade safely.